Women aren't the same. They're turned on more by how they feel and their imaginations. This explains the craze and buzz around 50 Shades of Grey amongst women. So if you want to turn her on, you've got to be subtle. One way? Give her a deep, warm hug. If you're anything like I used to be, when the girl you're going to study with comes around, you'll greet her with a gentlemanly handshake or whatever it is you do that's nice. And she'll think of you as a nice guy, which is a one-way ticket to the friend zone. So if you want to be her friend that she tells everything, including the guy she's sleeping with, then continue with the handshake. But that's not what you want to know in this video, so here's what you should do. When she comes around, hug her. But not just any full hug, a full 20-second bear hug. Yeah, give her a good massage-like squeeze if you know her. Now it won't lead to an instant whirlwind of passion, but it sends a subtle message saying, "Hey, I dig you," even when we're not getting frisky. Oddly enough, it's a big turn-on for women. Think of it as warming up the engine for the main event. Also, you can stroke her hair or pull the classic arm around her move. It's kind of like the appetizer to the feast of desire. Exploit her sexual fantasies. Now, can you guess how often women have sexual fantasies? According to Boston University research, women, on average, fantasize about sex 4.5 times a day. But here's the thing. They obviously like to keep these fantasies under wraps. So what should you do now? You could watch some spicy stuff together, or even better, give her a book of steamy stories. Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey was and still is that book. But here's the real kicker. You can just ask her what wild adventures she's secretly dreaming about in the bedroom. Crazy, right? Don't be shy, communicate. It's like unlocking that treasure chest of her desires. You never know what hidden gems you're going to find in there. Get sweaty and offer her a massage. So listen, researchers at the University of Texas did some science stuff and found out that breaking a sweat can actually rev up your body to a different kind of workout. Yeah, sweating makes your skin all tingly and extra sensitive, thanks to all the neurons called the sympathetic nervous system. It's like your body's own hype squad for arousal. So guys, here's another reason why you should hit the gym. Believe it or not, lots of girls go there just for the pheromones. Apart from that, you can go for a run or grab your bike. You can do this right before she comes visiting so that she sees you drenched from the exercise. But maybe don't smell bad. So, let's just say she comes visiting and you happen to finish some workout. Let her catch a whiff of the pheromones while you take off her heels and pour her a glass. Then go take a shower, and after that, give her a mind-blowing massage. That is like the cherry on top of the sexy sundae. Oh, and remember, the more you touch without expecting anything in return, the more you're turning up the heat. Remember, it's all about creating that electric connection. Thrill her. I'm sure there is no debate about just how much women and men love thrills. It's why Halloween is such a big event. It's part of why Michael Jackson's Thriller outfit is so iconic. It's why, despite the numerous tragedies that have happened in amusement parks, millions of people still go there. In fact, lots of women love the dating chase over an actual relationship. Simply put, girls love thrillers. And if you can thrill her, you will win her. But still, how and why does this turn women on? You see, the adrenaline rush that she gets when thrilled is similar to the feeling that she gets during good sex. So, hey, like good sex, but it's not sex. Roller coasters, zip lines, and scary movies. They're not just for screams. They'll help you turn her on. A little heart-pounding excitement can get her in the mood, thanks to that lovely adrenaline. There's even a fancy study that says couples who embark on these wild journeys experience better overall relationship quality. And you know what that means, a more exciting journey between the sheets. Just make sure you've got a strong stomach before strapping in for any wild ride. After all, there's nothing sexy about losing your lunch mid-adventure, unless you're into that. Now that we're halfway through the video, why don't you hit that subscribe button to support the channel? Do the same for the like button if you're enjoying the video. Alright, let's get back to the list. Send her flirty texts. Alright, so here's a trick that's less subtle. But hey, you know it works. Instead of trying to ignite that spark in a hurry, you can turn her on slowly throughout the day through texts. You know your partner's taste is, but if you're not quite sure, start with some cute, innocent texts like, "Can't wait for you to come home tonight. Tell her that you've got something incredible in store for her. It's like planting a little seed in her mind. As the day goes on, let the conversation naturally flow towards a more steamy level. Can't wait to feel your naked body next to mine, or something equally spine-tingling. Remember, it's not just about the physical. Women often get turned on by words as much as anything else. So let your words do the work. Tell her how much she drives you wild or send a cheeky text. It's like building anticipation, so that when the clothes finally come off, you'll both be raring to go. And who doesn't love a little bit of verbal foreplay? Stay around water. You see, both water and sex have something in common. They both give rise to new life. Just as some microorganisms develop from stagnant water, sexual intercourse can also lead to babies. But that's not what this is about. This is about the fact that just being around water can actually turn a woman on. Yeah, studies have proven that just being near water has a relaxing effect on men, especially women. It's like a soothing balm for your nerves. Yeah, no kidding. Lots of people know this. Ever noticed the commercials for perfumes and aftershaves often feature couples gazing at the ocean? Yeah, trust me, that's not a mistake. They know exactly what they're doing. So how about you let her see us strolling along the beach, sitting by a lake, or chilling next to a bird bath? You know, whatever your thing is, it's all about that H2O magic. Fill up the tub, take a waterside walk, and let the calm vibes do their thing. Invite her over to come and join in on the experience. It's like setting the mood for a sensual evening with no pressure. Believe it, guys, water is not just for staying hydrated. It does set the mood for romance. Gaze into her eyes. Yeah, seriously, this is something people have known and been doing forever. But the thing is, there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. You see, gazing into each other's eyes can be incredibly sensual and a surefire way to crank up the heat. It's like the unspoken language of desire. The wrong way to do it is while she's at work and probably stressed out and trying to solve the problem at hand. If you gaze at her, then she might think you're mocking her, or you're a creep, or whatever. Both are wrong. The point is, what you want to do is pick a moment where you're both feeling chill and relaxed with no distractions in sight. Then, for 2 whole minutes, just stare into each other's eyes without saying much. It'll feel a bit weird at first, but that's kind of part of the fun. Afterwards, you can chat about the experience and don't be afraid to embrace the awkwardness, maybe even share a laugh. Remember, the eyes have it all. Now, you've got to understand the whole process of turning a woman on, so let's keep it concise and straightforward, shall we? First, you need to remove the brakes. These are things that push sex out of her mind, things like stress, hormones, feeling unattractive. Finally, when all the stars align, she's ready and rearing to go. Think about it like the perfect recipe for a memorable night. Most people believe that intimate touch is the key ingredient to driving her crazy. This doesn't seem right, as little gestures, special moves, and the right words can make her go crazy. However, knowing which is appropriate and when to use them sets novices miles apart from the pros in dating. So, how can you make her all crazy about you without laying your fingers on her? Keep watching to find out. Wear a sexy cologne. If you watch closely, you'll discover that women tend to possess multiple colognes, candles, and scented stuff around them. That's because they get stimulated and easily aroused by pleasant scents. Now, to make her go crazy without touching her, you always gotta wear a top-notch cologne. Yeah, a nice cologne does the trick. A while back, I was with a female friend, and while I was conversing with her, she talked about how I always smelled like roses and how my smell lingers in her head whenever she thinks of me. I was pretty surprised to see my cologne having that much of an effect on her. A great smell remains one of the best ways to draw her attention. Most women will go to great lengths to get your attention once you smell nice. If she's your partner, she'll cuddle you more often because you smell nice. So, don't pass up on wearing a lovely perfume today. Be a woman magnet by wearing sexy cologne. Whisper into her ears. Do you know that the ear is a sexual spot? Well, it is, as most women feel ticklish around their earlobes. Now, to make her go crazy, leaning in to whisper into her ears is an excellent way to go. Whisper nice things like how beautiful she is in that red dress or how sexy she looks in that bikini, and notice her reaction. Afterwards, she'd begin to go wild in about no time at all. Now there's something that you should know before making the whisper move. Ensure that you've got fresh breath. Don't whisper into her ears when you haven't brushed your teeth from the previous night or smell like garlic from your last meal. This would only have the opposite effect. She'd be instantly turned off. Practice a good dental routine, floss daily, and keep mints handy so you're never caught whispering with bad breath. Trust me, once your whispering game is top-notched, thoughts of you will keep lingering on in her head. Before you get her late morning calls, no one can explain the special effect a baritone voice tends to have on the ladies. Now imagine your baritone voice is the first thing that she hears when she wakes up. This would undoubtedly linger in her mind for the rest of the day. But to make her go crazy over you, master the act of giving her morning calls. Know her schedule, and know if she's an early riser. Your timing should be perfect, as you wouldn't want your calls to wake her up in the morning. That would only irritate her. If you're uncertain when she rises from bed, you could send her voice notes instead. If you've got a deep voice, that's even better. Doing this for some weeks will keep her mind constantly filled with thoughts of you. Seductive texts. Words are one thing women never fail to fall for. And when they're represented in written form or texts, they tend to become even more potent. Almost all the time you can get a woman crazy just by telling her the right things. Yeah, most women tend to see if a man is genuine just by hearing what he says. But who cares? Whether you're true or not, saying the right thing will get her moved. So, buddy, do your research, think outside the box, and send messages that suggest you want to get intimate with her and see her defenses go down like a deck of cards. Also, timing of your texts matters a lot. Please don't send her a text that suggests you want her in your bed when she's mourning the loss of her friend or a relative. You've got to know what to say and when to say it. Cook for her. Most men have sworn that they would never ever cook for a woman, and those men are stupid. If only they knew, cooking for her was one of the fastest ways to make her go crazy. Picture this. You're in the kitchen making broccoli, while she watches you slice the ingredients for the meal step by step. She might not say it, but that singular act can get her dripping wet for you. Now, if you have male friends who would dissuade you from carrying out this romantic act and you're scared, well, they might start seeing you as a sissy for it. Well then, remember, some of the best chefs in the world are men. Nothing beats a man in an apron. It even gets even better when she watches on as you miraculously turn ingredients into edible and no runny tummy dishes. Be a man who satisfies her both in the bedroom and in her stomach. Stay in shape. Take care of your body. If I can't seem to stress this enough, hit the gym, stay fit, burn excess calories, and see her fall for you like a pack of cards. I know working out and losing weight is not easy, as it requires so much hard work and commitment. However, see it as a necessity and the price you have to pay so the ladies can drool over your hot body. Now, I don't mean that you should go about doing thousands of push-ups to look like the Incredible Hulk. No, I'm just saying that you should have the necessary muscles in the right places. You should look like you take care of yourself. You want to know what turns women on the most? It is a dude in perfect shape. Be that guy and see her going crazy for you in no time. Chocolates and wine. Do you know that chocolates are aphrodisiacs? Yeah, they are. These little pieces of brown candies have a way of releasing feel-good hormones in women when eaten. They go straight to the brain, and they stimulate the release of endorphins. The endorphins are the hormones that get released during orgasm. Talking about a way to make her feel like she just got an orgasm without getting intimate with her. Chocolates are the way to go. So buddy, feed her chocolates, a lot of chocolates. Converse with her to know her favorite chocolates and never pass on an opportunity to get her one. Also, icing on the cake, wines. Wines with chocolates are served a very similar purpose. Wines are pretty romantic, so get her wines along with chocolates because women like good wines. Show desire, not desperation. The line between desire and desperation is pretty thin. As a guy, one way to get her thinking about you without making physical contact is by showing that you desire her and you don't need her. Picture this. You meet a damsel, you want to get intimate with her, and you ask for her number, and she bluntly refuses. You go ahead and use a few tricks to get her number from her friends. You message her, and after some back and forth conversations, she stops replying. You refuse to give up, and you continue bombarding her phone with text upon text. While you're acting needy, women don't like that. When dealing with women, it's good to never give up until you get her laid. However, acting needy will not do the trick. Knowing when to text her and when not to text her is essential. Try to pass the message that you want her, but you're not desperate for her attention. Maintain good hygiene. You smell bad, or your breath smelling bad, can have the whole of America crawling on their knees begging for survival. And you expect her to go crazy over you? You've got to be kidding. One of the things that attract women is a pleasant smell. Guys who use nice cologne, floss constantly, always have mints in hand, tend to attract more women than guys who are careless about their hygiene. So what's it going to be? Once you lack good hygiene, she might converse with you so that you shouldn't appear rude. However, the relationship you plan on starting with her won't go anywhere, as no one is going to want to be with somebody who doesn't smell good. So bud, do the right thing. Your hygiene should be your top priority. Be ambitious. A man without ambitions is like a car without tires. Both now serve no purpose. You might be struggling financially and yet she sticks with you, wondering why. Well, it's because she knows your ambition. While ambitious men might have a few hurdles along their path in life, they often succeed. And women love successful guys. So live your life with passion and purpose. Set goals and try to achieve them. Be ambitious. Once she notices these traits, she'll do everything just to be with you.